All right, thanks, man. Hey, thanks for having me. We're going to talk today about zone running for the youth. Zone running in youth is not a. We're not going to talk about blocking. We're going to talk about strictly what the running back's going to do behind the zone blocking and how he's going to fit into the scheme and how to pretty much get him where he needs to be so you're successful in the zone run game. What is zone running? Um, Zone running, just like zone blocking, is a way to manipulate the defense to find a lane for your runner to be that is predetermined but can move and can take advantage of the defense. Once the X's are lined up, those X's move and the O's have to move with it, and the running back has to decide where he has to go. Zone running is not like your daddy's offense where you run the 2 hole, run the 4 hole. This is we're going to look here, and if somebody jumps into that spot, we're going to go over here, and vice versa. So there's a lot of what if scenarios, but there's a way that I've formulated to teach it that can be relatively successful given the right coach and the right players in the right situation. Um, and it's really beneficial. It took about 4 or 5 years for me to get the hang of this, but it's really starting to become our primary go-to. Our base run game is inside and outside zone. Use zone versus the higher ups. So zone is a pro to college scheme, high school. Um, some of the things that coaches seem to forget is the reason why it's so successful is, well, they have better athletes, they have more time, they have better coaches that have been in for years, probably have learned it 10 different ways and putting their own spin on it. Us youth guys, we have jobs, we have lives, we can't be in clinics all off season, things like that. So it really becomes difficult to implement a higher level scheme into the youth. So you really have to be creative and you really have to be small minded in your teaching. The reason why the zone is so effective and can be effective in youth, equal to pro and college, is it's one scheme. It's a very simple scheme once you get it down. You don't have to worry about 20 different plays, 20 different blocking schemes. It's one blocking scheme, depending on 5 different fronts, 6 different fronts, and the running is based off of the same. It's effective because you can run it, you can practice it, and you can get really good at your craft and only really need to be proficient in one blocking scheme for your run game. And that's why I took it into the youth level, because all the college and pro coaches at clinics are like, we were buying into zone because we were able to practice it and become expert at it and really start to take off with it. In teaching zone, the way that I do it is we actually line them up and we have them all take a knee and we explain certain terms. Point of attack, it's where we want to officially take the ball. Once the ball carrier has the ball, we want to hit this area. And I tell them that their path is going to change based off of your pre-snap read. And I explain to them what pre-snap is. Mind you, this is for youth. I said, this is your first look. This is your first bubble. This is the first area you're going to look into to take this ball. And then if that's not there, we're going to give you a backup plan or a second bubble to go into. That takes a little bit for some of these kids to handle, because most of these kids, when they don't see anything, they want to bounce it outside. And this is really not a scheme where you just want it to constantly bounce outside. This is like more of an inside tight end running scheme based off of most of the youth defenses. We take a lot of these pass inside the tight end or even closer to the center, using the defense's movement to help us in our running. And the third part of it is the live action read. Like I said before, the X's line up with the O's, but those X's move. They can stunt, they can switch, they can, shift mid snap, reads change. So the running back has to know where he wants to go. He has to look at what the defense is giving him, have an idea of where he wants to go with it, and then the live action read is officially where he needs to take it. And this is a process that takes time. I suggest you talk about it. Then you kind of walk it through, go a little faster, jog 3/4 speed, and then do a couple reps full speed. Don't be afraid to go back from full speed to walking through it. This takes time. This is a big investment. But once the investment is there, you're going to be very happy with it. Your kid's going to feel very comfortable with it. One of the biggest things that I've taken from the zone folks for the running back, especially from Bill Mountjoy, is the best cut is no cut. We want to run if there's a primary bubble is open. We want to run it. We want to cram it in there, and we want to get upfield immediately. We don't want to say always look for the backside cut. We want to tell them to look for the best path once they have the ball